satellite systems, they are using body area networks and sensor technologies. This is our current warfare doctrine in the United States. It is network-centric warfare. What I am showing you right now is why, along with the Agenda 2030 system. Energy harvesting out of the human body. And last picture here before I go into this, sensors open system architecture is what they're using. All 5 branches, international, all of it. Today. Electronic warfare has been running just fine for 60 years, not a problem. So when I saw this InfoWars grim-faced Maria Z get up there and tell people with images of Australia on fire that they were coming with their guns, with our military to knock down our doors, and the only way that that wouldn't happen is if, again, nobody signs the Insurrection Act and nobody goes to Congress. I was completely lost. That's not even our current doctrine of war. And then a bunch of people on YouTube and elsewhere continue to talk about this 5240.01, no reference to the 1982 5240.1R with sections 12 and 13, where the updates are for if humans get in the way. No references at all to section D, as in drones. Everybody highlighted the section where they think that the military is coming to take their guns away. We don't even need your guns. We don't use guns. We're using electronic and electromagnetic warfare since, again, bare minimum, Desert Storm. The lay people term for these weapon systems, voice to skull, MK Ultra, anomalous health incident, most recently in Congress. These are weapon systems using our phase array missile defense and SAGE radar. This is no hee-haw. This is ISR. So, this is where I'm going to show you again that my great uncle, whose jacket I'm wearing, was part of your X-class projects. You know them in the lay people term as black projects. He was 3750th Technical Training Group at Shepherd Air Force Base as first class air mechanic. Okay. And he was also involved with Aberdeen Proving Grounds. It says 6570th Test Group Chemical and Ordnance for Air Force Armament Center, Aberdeen Proving Ground in Maryland. Doing what? I have no clue. I asked you people to explain this. None of you would. So, okay. But those are X-class projects. Now, what does that have to do with sitting here in front of you now? Well, in 524041, in section D for drone, that section is referring to a human tethering a drone. That's why 3009 was not written there numerically. So now we're going to deal in the real doctrines of war and how the Department of Defense organizes its data so people know how operations flow and who and where they can fire upon. Okay, so step 1, you need to understand some terms. The law of war equals a warfare doctrine. And a term that most people have heard of is rules of engagement. Our current warfare doctrine is network-centric warfare. The law of war is what governs the rules of engagement, particularly for civilians. Now I'm going to read this to you. And there will be links here on the channel, and I'm not going to read it out to everybody and show it to you because these are Pentagon directives. They're very dry reading. The Department of Defense Law of War, Chapter 6. The law of war does not require weapons to make legal determinations, even if the weapon, e.g. through computers, software, and sensors, may be characterized as capable of making factual determinations, such as whether to fire the weapon or to select and engage a target. So in the Department of Defense Law of War, Chapter 6, your lethal autonomous weapon system for network-centric warfare is regarded the same way by the Department of Defense definition as a land mine. AI, in the Department of Defense's current war manual definition, is regarded the same way as a weapon like a land mine. Almost no similarities, except that they are both considered weapons. So Section D